Hi everybody. It's been a minute since I've done a video, a makeup tutorial. So I figured while I do this one, I would tell you a few things that have been happening, which has been whether it's prevented me from doing a video or posting. So here we go. Cat. Anyway, so one thing that has been happening, and you can still kind of see it a little bit, and I think in my last post that I had done, you could definitely see it happening. I had been using a new retinol cream to kind of help with some, and it's specifically for the under eye and the eye area in general. And so you can kind of see it's still a little bit red and puffy, but I pretty much had retinol uglies happening. So it really dried out my skin, and it's still a little dry. So I did a little bit of break from makeup in general and just let my skin dry out, flake, because it got flaky, flake away, and then it's starting to come back and be renewed skin. It's very common to have retinol uglies. I don't really like that term, but that's what everybody online calls it. But anyway, so that has been what's going on there. And then the more important thing that's been happening is that I have been on spring break mission with my church. It's something that they do every year. And so now that I have two teenagers in student ministries, they go on these spring break missions. And so my son and daughter and my husband are currently in Kentucky serving in an area called Beverly, Kentucky, and they are working with Redbird Missions to help restore, build up some of the homes in that area. And so while they're doing that and away, I have been home helping with our local 6th grade mission for the Tulsa area, which is near where I live. So I have been here in my area serving with 6th graders and helping our our director of student ministries lead that group. So there are 4 other adult volunteers that work directly with the students, and then the director and we make sure that everything is set and ready and prepared, organize meals for them, breakfast, lunch, make sure they have their lunches packed, get them on their way to their sites where they're serving. So to start it off, we do just some training. So every kid participates in training, and the adults too, in what they're going to be doing and why they're doing it, who they're going to be working with, what communities are we serving within our area, and how we're going to be helping them. So that's day 1. Day 2 is we go to church, and then it is back on to a little bit more training, and then they get to have some fun. So they get to go to Sky Zone, which is basically a trampoline park. If you don't have that in your area, you probably have something similar, a trampoline park. And so they're jumping around, having a good time. And then it's play hard, work hard, which is kind of backwards, but it just kind of works out with our schedule and what we have going on. So the first real day of our mission, the kids got to go to a place called Edurek, and it is in a low-income area in Tulsa, and the kids get to do one of 2 projects. In the morning, one group is inside Edurek helping with their spring break camp that they offer to families in the area so that parents can still work while their kids go to camp and then still have that income coming in. Or the other team was outside working, putting mulch in the flower beds so that it looked nice and ready for spring, or they were putting mulch, a different type of mulch, on the playground so that the kiddos, when they went outside to play, had a nice, safe playground to play on. And then the next day, they did the group split up and went to two different places. One place is called North Star Bridge, and there they were filling food boxes and helping that organization prepare to feed homeless. And then the other group for the first part of the morning went to a program called Restore Hope, who is a program that's trying to help families get on their feet, helps them with utility assistance and things like that, as well as provide pantry program. And so our students also did that. They filled food boxes and got things ready for their distribution. And then in the afternoon, they got to come back to the church and participate in their food ministry, which is providing boxes of food to families in need who are struggling economically in our current economic condition, and filling their car. They get in a drive-through line and they fill their car with whatever their needs are. And then at the end of the line, they go, and if they choose, they can be prayed for. And so our kids got to not only help put together the food boxes there, but they also got to pray for people, which is kind of a big step for some of the kiddos. They've never outwardly prayed in public for families, and so it was a really great experience for them all to be able to do that and kind of grow in their faith in a new way. I love seeing that about the kids getting that opportunity to kind of take that step. But more importantly, this mission is to help the kids become comfortable with the different jobs that they might have to do on older student ministry group missions, as well as help them if they ever decide to go on an international or a longer, bigger mission. You're not doing what you want to do, you're doing God's work. So that's always something that we're trying to teach our kids, that it's not our work that we're doing, it's the Lord's work. His will be done. So each night the kids hear a message from Shelby, our student ministries director. They hear some worship music and then the message. And on the last night, because our director has to go to the other sites like Kentucky or Memphis or Jamaica, where our kids are going and serving by age group. This time she was going to Memphis to meet up with the Memphis crew. But I stay behind and I lead a message for the kids about, about really coming into your own understanding of what your mission is from God, really taking time to pray and hear from Him and be a witness and share your testimony. So it's a really awesome week, and so I haven't been available to do any of these videos, but it's all for a good reason. But I hope that just kind of explains a little bit about where I've been. And there, face done. What do you think?